Welcome to Tales of the Supernatural and Unknown, Episode 6. In this tale, Marcus finds himself in a web of seduction. If you haven't already, like and subscribe.
My name is Marcus, and my life has come a long way from where it was. I have a great job. I started a business, and my love life is on the up. It wasn't always this way. There was a time that I was at the lowest of the low. I had given up on life, and I thought on occasion about ending it all. Nothing made me feel lower than losing the woman that I so loved and longed to be with. Hindsight being 2020. I'd have to say that I did it all to myself. It was my actions that set things into motion that I had no way of stopping. Her name was Cynthia, and she was everything I wanted in a woman. Short, beautiful, intelligent, and sexy. We had this chemistry that made being with her so easy. We just fit together like I was meant for her, and she was meant for me. Now she was gone, and no matter how much I loved her, that fact would not change. Many nights passed as I lay in bed thinking of her, where she was, what she was doing, wondering if she was thinking of me like I was thinking of her. Remembering the many nights we shared our bodies intertwined. I think this is what set things into motion. You see, when you are in this space, you can cause things to seek you out, and I believe that's what I had done in my longing to be with her. It started simple enough. I am an avid gamer. I have been gaming since Atari 2600. Well, actually it was way before that, seeing as I played arcade games such as Defender, Tempest, and Asteroids. As time went on and I got older, gaming became a big part of my life. It gave me hours of fun and a feeling of accomplishment. That rush of excitement I got from defeating a difficult boss or completing a difficult mission was undeniable. It only served to propel me to the next mission or boss that was waiting for me, until finally I completed the game. I went from arcades to gaming consoles, then computers, and finally laptops. One day as I was playing a game on my laptop, I noticed what looked like smears on the laptop screen. I was perplexed because I had a rule of not touching the screen with my hands unnecessarily. Upon looking closer at the smears, I was taken aback because they looked like female lips. It was as if a woman had kissed the screen lips. It wasn't just one pair of lips, but multiple pairs of lips were left on the laptop screen. What was going on here, I thought. To be sure that I wasn't seeing things, I sent pictures to a couple of my friends for confirmation. They just saw what I was seeing. As we texted each other, we all began to give our theories on what it could be. One of my friends thought that maybe it was something Cynthia had done, and I was just now noticing it. Another friend texted that maybe I had a secret admirer. I knew better because my laptop may as well be my cell phone. It was rarely that it was out of my eyesight. There was something going on, but I had no clue what it was. A few weeks went by with me finding those lip marks on my laptop every other day or so, and then it stopped just as suddenly as it began. I was relieved. The whole ordeal was beginning to wear on me. My nights had become restless, and it felt as if I wasn't getting enough sleep. This in turn made me very irritable. I could feel myself beginning to spiral out of control. It was about this time that my dreams began to feel very real, and I started seeing this woman a lot in them. She was beautiful and sensual. Her skin seemed to glow even though there was no light in my room. Very few words were shared between us, but it felt as if I knew her. I was drawn to her, and would find myself throughout my waking hours thinking of who she was, wondering if my dreams of this woman was life telling me I was going to meet someone new. Nothing sexual ever happened between this mystery woman and I. She was just always there in my dreams, staring at me with those eyes that seemed to look right into my soul. There were times I would find myself looking forward to going to bed, so that I could meet her in my dreams. It was a good escape for what ailed my heart. After a long day's work, I clocked out and raced home. I decided I would play a new game I had purchased the night before. As always, I ended up playing the game late into the night. It was always like that when I got a new game. I guess I was far more tired than I realized, because I found myself dozing off to sleep. I fell asleep on my stomach with my arms crossed and my head lying on my arms. I don't know how long I had been dozing off, but at some point, the feel of the room changed. It felt as if the room had been transported to somewhere else. As I lay on the bed, it felt as if someone sat on the edge of the bed. It was very noticeable because I could feel the bed move and the weight of it when it sat down. I wanted to look, but I couldn't. I was frozen, and no matter how hard I tried, I was unable to move a muscle. In addition, I also couldn't speak. I felt helpless as I lay in bed, wondering what would happen. Whatever sat on the edge of my bed had now began crawling on the bed over my body, starting at my feet, and steadily moving up until finally I could feel its weight as it finally straddled my butt. From the feel, it felt like a woman. Still unable to move, I lay there waiting for what was to come next. As it continued to move up my body, I could feel it lean in, because I felt what felt like breasts pressed against my back. Still unable to move, I could feel a warmth that felt as if someone were breathing on my neck. It slowly moved up to my ear until... Marcus was whispered gently into my ear. This scared the hell out of me. I immediately jumped to my feet and shouted, "Demon!" But there was no one there. There was no woman. I was in my room all alone. For the rest of the night, I lay in bed with the lights on as I stared at the ceiling until morning came. Later on, that day I called a friend and told her what happened. She told me she believed that I was being seduced by a succubus, and that my current state of mind most likely called it to me. You see, my depression from the breakup with Cynthia, in addition to my sexual thoughts and dreams of her, acted as a conduit calling the succubus to me. She stated that I was lucky because it seems that I was only in the beginning stages of the seduction. A succubus seeks out vulnerable men that are lonely or suffering from a lack of intimacy. It then seduces these men and drains them of their life energy. This is done by engaging in intercourse repeatedly because it feeds off of semen. After our talk, she suggested I do a smudging of my place. This would help to cleanse the area and assist with keeping negative energy out of my home. Well, that very day I did as she said, and ultimately I would no longer get any visits from the succubus or anything else. From time to time, I think about that experience and how real it felt. Just thinking about it fills me with fear. To know that there are things out there that we can't see, but are all too real.
Just as Marcus came to find, we must always be vigilant in protecting ourselves from the supernatural and the unknown. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And should you find yourself lost during your travels, let the light be your guide.